2021 up at the end of this week, and many people are starting to come up with their New Year's resolutions headed into 2022. Well, this afternoon, entrepreneur Coach Bri Seeley is here to discuss how to set and keep those resolutions. Thank you so much for joining us today, Bri. We'll get right into it. What is your advice, first off, for people before they set those resolutions?
The first thing you have to remember is that your actions change when your mind changes. So a lot of people enter into the new year just simply trying to change their actions, but our minds and our thoughts really control the actions we take. So the first thing you need to do is really change your mind. So if you want to take different actions, what do you need to believe about yourself, about what's possible for you, about the outcome you want, and then and only then do you start changing your actions.
That is great advice. Your mind is so powerful. Explain more in depth about kind of those points that you just talked about. We talked about number one, but there's 3 points there. So what is point number 2?
Yeah, the next thing I like to really encourage people to do when they're wrapping their minds around their New Year's resolution is thinking about your goals in manageable chunks. So you're right now are thinking about where you want to be on December 31st of next year. But if we keep seeing the entirety of our goals, our minds get really overwhelmed. So when we can break those big goals down into, okay, that's where I'm going to be in a year, but where am I going to be this quarter? And what about this month? Where am I going to be at the end of January? And if that's where I'm going to be at the end of January, what needs to happen this week? And then what needs to happen today? And if we can focus on every single day taking a chunk out of our goal, by the time we get to December, it's done, but we don't fall into that paralysis that we get by only focusing on the big picture goal.
That makes so much sense. It's like, put that goal out there and then work backwards almost, like how to build towards that goal. I love that. That is so good. And what about accountability? How do we help ourselves stay accountable?
Accountability for me is like the magic sauce. It's like the cherry on top of the sundae, because accountability alone can increase your chance of success by 95%. So a lot of people don't get accountability. And then when they fall off from their vision or their goals, they don't have anyone to hold them accountable, and they don't have anyone to kind of keep their word to. So having someone on your side, whether it be a coach or an accountability buddy or a group or a community, really truly can be the difference between success and failure.
I love that so much. Do you have any tips for when we kind of start to let go of those resolutions or maybe fall into some bad habits, just kind of not to beat ourselves up, but how would we get back on the horse, I guess, if you will?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, first step, have compassion for yourself. At the end of the day, we are all human and all of us mess up all of the time, present company included. So have some compassion for yourself, and then go back to that first point I made about those thoughts. What do you need to change in how you think? Even that first thought that you have every single morning when you wake up. Is it around today being the best day of your life? Or is it around today being overwhelming and terrible? And you really get to choose how you want to think. And inevitably those thoughts are going to then change the actions you take. So it's really just constant recalibration. Am I in alignment with how I want to be showing up? Am I in alignment with those goals that I've set for myself? And it's a daily practice. It's not setting the goal once and then just writing it out for a year. You have to wake up and make different choices in your life every single day for that year.
Wow, thank you so much. I can't wait to look forward to seeing you again in January with more tips and tricks. Just mind-blowing. Thanks so much, Bri, and Happy New Year to you. We'll see you soon.
Happy New Year to you as well.